Okay, I'm live. That's what okay. I didn't hit the live button. All right, it should be working now, right? Yes, Ellen's here, please. Oh, no, I'm in now. I'm in there. I'm live now. I'm live now. I forgot to hit the live button. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to hit the friggin' live button. Oh my God. What a fuck up, as my mother would say. But thank you. Oh my gosh. I don't know what's going on with Ustream. I mean, not Ustream. I don't know what's going on with, I have no idea what's going on with YouTube. I had it set up and then it didn't work. Okay. So I'm altering and hi, Laura. Welcome. I've been having my issues, so I'm glad you're here. Yes, we are altering boxes. Everyone I think has done a Valentine box, and I'm not. I'm going to do an alt-type. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Teresa. Welcome, welcome. So, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to do an Altoid tin box, and I'm going to make a Winnie the Pooh, little Winnie the Pooh journal ish. And I've already glued the pages together because I didn't want to bore you with that. It's pretty tedious. But I found out a really good way of making these inserts. I measured it's hard to get the exact inside, and it's 2 1/8 by 3 1/2, and I just do a square. I cut a square rectangle. I do too. Um, I just do a square rectangle, and then I just use a rounder and round the corners so the corners are perfect. Look how nicely this fits in the box. Look at that. Ta-da! Woo. Hi, Val. Good to see you. So I just white gessoed the top. I know. It was my fault. I couldn't get YouTube to go live. I went over to StreamYard and I'm sitting here and I can see chat and I forgot to hit the go live button. I mean, that's how, duh. Anyway, we're here. I'm live. It's hub day, middle of the week. Yay. So I'm going to do an altered Winnie the Pooh card tin. I've attached these with, as you can see, little strips of fabric. And it's just going to kind of go like so, like so, like so. And it's just going to fit in here beautifully like that. And you can just pull it out and you can be able to get your fix of Winnie the Pooh. Okay. And I have some things cut out, ready to go. I have 2 Winnie the Pooh packs. Yeah, and I've gone through them and I've already traced them out, so I pretty much know what I'm going to be cutting out and gluing. For the cover, I'm going to use a map. I also cut out 2 of these were like stickers from the Echo Park Winnie the Pooh set, and I put them on. No, it's not fabric. It's oh, this is fabric. Oh no, this is fabric. Yeah, little pieces of fabric. I think it'll last longer. You know. And so I glued these on cardboard. So they're going to be kind of little dimensional on the cover. Whoops, you can't see on the cover like so. And I think on the cover, I've chosen to put a map. So let me get the map. And this is Winnie the Pooh images. I could maybe go like that. Oh, that would be better, wouldn't it? Yes. Winnie the Pooh images from a website called artsyfartsylife.com. I've talked about them a lot. They have free, wonderful, wonderful free digi downloads for everything, including Winnie the Pooh, Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland, you name it. and it's totally free. And I highly recommend them. artsyfartsylife.com. It's going to ask you for a password. The password is creativity. It's in the text if you read carefully. Yes, and it's nice. And it took me a while to figure out that that was the password, but it's right there in the text. It's creativity, and it opens up amazing, amazing free digi downloads. I know. Hi, Belinda, if I didn't say hi. So I'm using some of those, but I have the map. Let me get the map. I've saved time and I've gone around and traced the thing so you don't have to. So here's the map we're going to use as the cover. And then we'll put the two, Winnie and Eeyore, on the cover. So I hope everyone is doing well. I have been struggling mentally because of current conditions, political conditions. I'm going to say it right out loud. I'm pretty depressed. And yeah, I've read some beautiful stuff from many artists are commenting on the current condition in this country and how it's so important that we as artists or creators that we continue to create. And it is really a form of resistance. If we get so down and so low that we can't even create anymore, then we've been defeated. And so I thought that this was apropos, that this was one of the things that says, stay hopeful. And I'm trying. Louise Fletcher, if you're familiar with her, she is a content creator and an artist and has a lot of classes, right? And she has just written the most, yes, it'll be a nice distraction. And hopefully Winnie the Pooh himself always has uplifting things to say. And Louise Fletcher has stated it beautifully. Oh my gosh. If I had time, I would read it to you. So that's going to be the cover. It's sticking off a little bit, but I think that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that. And I'm going to ink the sides. And instead of doing, well, thank you, Ellen. Thank you. Yes, my Canadian friends, I need all of you. So I'm going to use this as an edger instead of the ink pad. And this works really well. I saw someone else do this. And it's actually a little bit easier than using the ink pad and the dauber. I mean, so I've been using these. You could use a magic marker. This is the Faber-Castell big brush pen. Vicky begins with a P. She makes beautiful cards. She was the first person I ever saw use this, and she used a brown one. So let's glue this down. I think I'm going to use this glue because this, for me, well, I think, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I, of course, in turn, am inspired by so many other people. There's just so much inspiration out there. And I just, some days I can't do anything, but I just do something. The other day in the craft and chat room that I have, I couldn't, but all I did was cut out letters. Yes, that's her. Yes. Nope, that's her. She's the first person I ever saw use this big brush, but she used brown to edge all her things. And I find it a lot easier than hitting the ink pad and everything. So that's going to be the cover. the 100 woods, and I have made sure I included, here's Pooh's house right here. And for around the edges, I have some really thin washi tape, but I think I'll put that on at the end. So I've got this washi tape is going to go right around here, and it's going to fit beautifully. And then here, look what I found. I think this is Diane Wakely's washi tape that I got from Lori, Painting Girl Lori, years ago. And that's going to go around here. And look, it's got hearts. How apropos, right? I'm sure you, but man, you got it. Hi, Angela. And Val, I have no word on your package. I hope it's on its way to you in Canada. I'm not sure. Maybe I can check it out on, trying to think. Well, maybe PayPal is tracking it. I don't know for sure. Okay, so let's I have some fabric here to stick in here, but you're not going to really see it because Eeyore is going to cover all of that. But I think, I didn't know whether I wanted to end with Eeyore and stay hopeful, or I wanted to start with Eeyore as a reminder. I think I'm going to, hi Julia, I'm going to start with Eeyore as a reminder to stay hopeful. So I think so I have this pack here is Echo Park, Winnie the Pooh. And I also bought stamps and embellishments also. And then I found another pack of Winnie the Pooh stuff from a company called Reminiscence. And I'm going to use some of their stuff too. And of course, I'm going to use some artsy fartsy stuff. So I know you will. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm sure it's going to get there. It hasn't been that long. So, and that was my, oh, do they? Okay. I didn't see them. So I'm just going to go around again. Just a quick little, it is a pain in the butt, but I really find this the easiest way of doing this. There. Okay. So we'll stick him down, and I think this is, I thought this was Fabri-Tac, but it's not because it doesn't smell. Whoops. I'm dripping here. It's Elmer's clear glue. And that's what I used to glue all those little fabric things on. So we'll just put this on here. Glue that fabric down. What? Oh my gosh. I'll have to check that out. There's a vault sale going on. And they have Winnie the Pooh cutouts, die cuts. Wow. Well, I still want to do a Winnie the Pooh journal. And this is a journal of sorts. But I have enough stuff to even make a journal, you know. So I could still go ahead and make a journal. Come on. Okay. Okay, let's stick this down like so. Let's stick this one down. It doesn't have a wrinkle in it. Okay. You're not going to see it, but I don't know. Somehow I like that better than just the raw. Okay. And I'm just going to lay him on top for now. And we'll go ahead and make some of the others. Oh my, I was looking at Altoid tins. Oh my God. They are gorgeous. Some of them are just phenomenal. I just didn't feel up to even attempting some of those, but they're just some of them, and most of, if you YouTube, Altoid tins, they're all from like 6, 7 years ago. There's nobody current. All right, so here's my first one that I have. So let's just cut some of these out. I'm going to be careful because I'm going to want to use the other ones for sure, And this is, you got this nice plaid on the other side. When I altered my calendar, all of the quotes on the calendar were Winnie the Pooh sayings too. Hi, Terry. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. So this is Let's Wander Together. And don't we do that? I find we wander together all the time. When we go to each other's channel, we're wandering with each other, sharing our, creativity with one another. There's so many wonderful creatives out there who lovingly and openly share their talents with us for free. Just think about all of the stuff that we watch that doesn't cost anything. And I learned from everybody. All right, let me cut this one out too. I'm so organized. I traced them, trace the size, and then I put an X by it, and then I got it ready. So you see, oh good, I'm actually in frame, which that's a newbie. So needless to say, the Super Bowl was very disappointing. My Patriots lost. The Seattle Seahawks deserved to win. They absolutely played much better. Their defense was all over Patriots quarterback. He was on his ass more than he was standing, or at least it seemed that way. And I think the final score was odd, 29-13. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, she did that many years ago. Yes, she did. I was actually one of her mods many, many years ago when she was still in California. And now she and her husband have moved to Costa Rica. She's the first person I ever saw alter a book. See, just that little bit of black around there. Let's do this. So I am highly recommending this as a way of edging your pieces. You got to be careful though. Sometimes you get a little too fast, and the next thing you know, you've got an extra black line. Okay. See, there's some stickers. I left some space here. I might put a little sticker across here, but for now, I'm not going to. I think I'm going to, geez, I'm sorry. I'm going to cut these all out and then lay them out, and then I'll come back and glue them if I have time. I have to stop at, well, I have an hour, 2:30-ish. I have a bone density scan this afternoon at 3 o'clock. It's an easy one. You just lie down and they just scan your body, your bones. You can't have any metal though. Yeah, you're first to see an altered book. can't think of her husband's name now. I can picture him. But it's been very interesting, her sharing their journey, and what they've gone and what they've had to, do to live in Costa Rica. I guess not paying their taxes or renewing their visa. It's very interesting. Making appointments and visiting with people, and I think it's been very informative. I missed that corner, so let me get that corner real quick. There, all right. Couldn't see it. I did do that line, okay. And I have to say, people are, bitching and moaning about it, but I thoroughly enjoyed the halftime show. I really did. I thought it was beautiful. I didn't mind that I didn't understand what he was saying, because half the time I can't understand hip hop anyway, any language. I just thought it was beautiful. Very inclusive. He had all of the Americas, all the flags. I thought it was pretty awesome, personally. And Puerto Rico is part of America, for those of you who are not sure. But he covered everything. And apparently somebody got married during that the halftime show. A couple got married, which I thought was pretty cool. It's like getting married on a cruise. Okay, that's there. Was there two of them? No, there's. Weren't there two? We're not doing that one. It's too big. Huh. There's the one. Okay, well, I'll find it eventually. Can't do any of these. I should get these off the board so they're not in my way. All right, well, let's go down here and get these, and I'll read them. I understand it's absolutely a beautiful island. Yeah. I guess Old San Juan is beautiful. Rich history. Wonderful, loving people. Okay. Let me cut these out too, and then I can get rid. I'm not using any of these. I've got these. I love Eeyore. He is one of my favorite characters. He is the consummate pessimist. The glass is always half empty. But you gotta love them. There's a teacher I worked with, and he was a lovely man. Absolutely. Hi, Katie. Absolutely lovely man. Wonderful teacher. And I think I've told this story before. We had a get to know one another meeting at the principal of the school. This was before school started, and we were at her home, and we had to go around and introduce ourselves. And Wes, which is his first name, was sitting on the floor, and he had a baseball cap on. When it came his turn to introduce himself, he said, "The less you know about Wes, the better." And my friend, soon to be long friend for the last 25 years, looked at one another and just said, "What a jerk." And then we became very good friends with Wes over the years. He obviously was not happy about being there when he said, the less you know about Wes, the better. So we were not impressed. But I went on to become a very good friend of his and his wife. And he had, I know this is a weird thing, he had the most beautiful handwriting I've ever seen. Because I kept score for basketball, and he was the coach for one of the teams, and he would fill out the scorebook. And that's when I got to see his handwriting for the first time, and I was just blown away. The most beautiful handwriting, neat, just beautiful cursive. And this guy was a true Renaissance man. I mean, truly a Renaissance man. He knew more about grammar than anybody I ever met. And he taught English, and hi Julia, hi Jackie. He not only did he teach English, but he taught astronomy, ecology, conservation. So he was a scientist / English person. So he was the kids just absolutely adored him. And he was saying something one day, that about something negative or something. And I said, you are such an Eeyore. And he burst out laughing. He said, that's what my wife calls me. All right. So this is what it says. Whoops. I wasn't going to eat it. I was just going to taste it. Now that's from that story that hi Aunt Bex, I find the absolute funniest. This is when he and Piglet are going to Eeyore's to celebrate his birthday. And Piglet has a balloon, and Winnie the Pooh has a pot of honey. But by the time they get to poor Eeyore, the balloon has broken because Piglet fell on it, and Winnie the Pooh has eaten all the honey. So what they present to Eeyore for his birthday is a busted balloon and an empty pot of honey. And my friend and we used to read, I think I've told you this too, we were about 7 or 8, I think. We used to read Winnie the Pooh out loud to one another. We each got the Winnie the Pooh book for Christmas that year. And I guess we were 7 or 8. And that was our form of fun, reading out loud to one another, laughing our asses off. And we're still friends. We met the first day of kindergarten, as you know. All right, so let's give them a little wishy-washy. If there ever comes a day when we can't be together, keep me in your heart. I'll stay there forever. You go, Winnie the Pooh. So I hope everyone is hanging in there. Becky, I love those pictures of the boys. Tippy and Howie, oh my God. My cats never got along. I would have cats from different litters, and they never got along. At best, I could hope they ignored one another. Yeah, well, they are spoiled. But that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. This one gal I play bridge with, she's got a golden retriever who just turned, I guess, a year. and they went to the vet and they got the bill, or what it's going to cost to have uh, the dog fixed. Hi, Joyce. Oh, I bet. Yeah, those are cool. Yep. Anybody want to take a guess what it would cost to have a male dog castrated in Florida? I was pretty surprised. And I'm sure it would be more expensive somewhere else other than Florida. There, one more. Oh, that's fine, Jenny. $200. Oh, man. Huh. You ready for this? $1,500. $1,500. Now, granted, she went to what we consider, and the other lady at the table said, "Oh my God, that's the most expensive veterinary clinic in the area." So it may have been cheaper somewhere else, but $1,500. That's a lot of money. Okay. How lucky am I to have something that makes me say that makes saying goodbye so hard? I know. I know. And this is in Florida. I'm not talking, Florida, I mean, this is not like in Orlando or anywhere. This is, in little old Melbourne, Florida. Okay, so why don't we glue some of these down to see what this is going to look like? Kind of lay them out a little bit. You are as sweet as honey. I thought we should have some, like, even though this is not Valentine's, I thought I would pick sentiments that are kind of Valentine-ish. It makes such a difference to have someone who believes in you. Boy, does it not. That's for sure. Put that there. Maybe do this here. Sometimes the smallest things take up the most room in your heart. He's looking at the empty pot of honey. Let's see. Does that look like a pretty good arrangement? I like that. I'm not. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah? Okay, let's glue those down. Okay? Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to use the glue stick. Go with it. Yes, go with it. Glue it down. Oops. That's not going anywhere. The glue's right there. I think I'm going to snip that off though. Okay. Oops. Okay. All right. In the saga of them replacing the windows that came broken from Pella, they were able to install them, but the latches that open them on two of the windows were broken, right? And they were supposed to fix them, right? On January 21st. And apparently that was the first appointment that the guy was supposed to come. His name was Scott. And he was supposed to be here between 11:30 and 1:30 or 1:30 and whatever. And I think I've told you the story. He called about after 3:00 and he said, well, I'm in Orlando. I'm running a little late. And he called me about 3:30. And then there was a question as who had the windows, right? Who had the windows? And I said, they're at Lowe's in Rockledge. And he said, you were supposed to pick them up. Oh, no. I never pick up the windows. So we canceled, obviously, because he was not going to be here. And there was a question as to where the windows were. So I called my contractor. And he said, well, we'll go get them and deliver them to your house and tell this guy that they'll be at your house tomorrow morning. So I called this guy back and I said, the windows, my contractor is going to make sure they're here tomorrow morning. And he had a job in another town that's pretty close to here. But he said it was a 50-50 chance whether the job was going to go or not. And of course, the job went. So he couldn't come the next day. So the next available appointment was February 10th, which was yesterday. So I get a text from someone from Pella saying that this guy was tied up with another job again, and that he was not going to be able to make it yesterday, and that he mentioned that the windows were on site. And I went, no, they're not on site. And that, they wanted to come out on February 19th. So I immediately called this idiot back. It was not his fault, I guess. And I said, the windows are not on site. And it's not my job to keep track of where these damn windows are. But they're at a Pella service center up in Orlando. That's where they are. So and I lost it. I lost it. And, people that have been following me through all of the trials and tribulations of getting this project done, I have been so patient. But I lost it on this poor guy. I mean, I lost it. I yelled at him and I said, I am really pissed off. This is ridiculous. And then he called the guy back and wanted to see if the guy could possibly come out. Apparently, this whole job is going to take 20 minutes. That's what I've been told. And they said, I'll call you back at 3:00 to let you know whether he can make it or not. Turns out that he's got the windows in his van. So he's driving around with my replacement windows in his van, bouncing around in the back of his van. And I said, the 19th is no good for me. I'm busy the whole day, the 19th. So, of course, he called back at 3:30 and said, no, he's not going to be able to make it today. Was I surprised? No, I was not surprised. I was not surprised at all. So now, supposedly, they're coming on February 24th. We shall see, right? Do I hope? I don't know. I mean, this is ridiculous. And I said to this guy, I apologized for losing it. I said, I've been really good, but I know that this is, you're just the messenger, but I'm just so frustrated. He said, oh, I understand. But the hard thing is to listen to the Pella recording as you're waiting on the phone, because they talk about how great Pella is and how they go the extra mile. to make sure that everything you need is perfect. I'm laughing. I'm going, bullshit, bullshit, screaming into the phone. I mean, that made me feel better, I guess. But anyway, we'll see. See, I got a little bit of a problem here, but I'm going to trim that. Hi, Carol. I hope everything went well at the doctor's. Let me just do this. And I'll do it that a little. I want to make sure this is going to be able to go. Oh yeah, it should. I left a little wiggle room here. Let me just do a little. And I said to this guy, I'm not moving the furniture again, because every time they're coming, they want me to have to clear the area. So I got to move the furniture. Now, granted, it's not a lot of furniture, but I said, I'm not moving the furniture. I'm done with moving the furniture. When he gets here, he can move the furniture. Oh, no, that's not a problem. We'll take care of it. Yeah. So you'd think these were all the same size, but apparently they're not. I can trim that up, though. It's not a biggie. Okay, here we go. I think this is the right order. And if it's not, that's okay. I think this goes here. Yeah, that's good. We'll do this here. This here. This here. I don't know that I want two texts. Yeah. I don't want ding, ding. Oh, that's good. Ding, text, ding, text. That's my. Yeah. Okay, let's see this one. Yeah, I've been pretty patient. Well, you realize that screaming and yelling is not going to make anything change. But anyway, so I contacted Vinny, my contractor, and I told him what had happened. And he was sympathetic, but he's done as far as he's concerned. He's been paid, which he should have been. And he said, well, I'll call him. I'm not asking. I don't think it's going to do any good, but I'll call him. But he never got back to me. So if he called him, he didn't get anywhere with him either. Apparently, they have one guy that's doing all the repairs. And I guess there are a lot of repairs, I guess. And he's all over the place because Orlando is an hour from here. And he lives in Palm Bay, which means nothing to you, which is 45 minutes south of here. So he's putting some serious mileage on his van that has my windows knocking around in the back of it. Yeah, well, yeah, the plans, the plans, the architectural plans were approved March 11th last year, March 11th. So April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. Is that right? 12 a month ago? Oh, almost a year ago. Yeah. Yeah. And the plans were delayed by 2 weeks because the architect had gone to Austria to visit his family. He's Austrian, and decided to stay an extra 2 weeks because visiting his family. So I talked to Vinny a year ago, in February last year. So it's been a journey. But I love it. I love the room. It's a beautiful room. And this is the last piece. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I thought I was getting the best. So I really thought by going and paying the top dollar for Pella windows. So obviously they're not the best, and they must do really good advertising, because I really believe that they were the best. Thank you, Devin. And it just has made my house so much bigger. It really has. I just hope they don't come inside and reassess me, because our monthly. Okay, thanks, Devin. Thanks for being here. You should see, I mean, why don't I have a piece of paper underneath me? I should. I'm too lazy. Let me get something to put on. This is ridiculous. Okay, I don't have any paper, right? Perfect. Look at this. Perfect. All right, here we go. Should have a magazine or a phone book or something, you know. I'm always too lazy. There we go. Now the other pieces that I'm going to put down are little squares that are stickers. So they're going to go pretty fast. How are we doing? Oh, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. I always started to say you should see some of the. This is Michelle, Curious Michelle, who is, this is her altered box. I think everyone's done a Valentine box, and I chose to do this, something a little different. And I don't know whether she put anything up. There's a hashtag altered books. I don't remember what it all was. But Di did one. I mean, a whole bunch of people have altered books. I mean, and they've been candy boxes, but some of the alterations have been just stunning. This one's pretty simple. And it's very simple. When you look at some of the Altoid tin alterations, some of them are just unbelievable. Just drop dead gorgeous. Okay. Whoopsies. So this is going to go like so, like so, so, like so. Okay. It's going to open. This is going to have something and it'll get glued down. Hi, Michelle. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle, so much. Thank you for doing this. I hope it's okay that I didn't do a box. I'm sure it was okay with you. All right, so now Let me do this. Want to make sure that nothing goes down upside down, because you know that that's my nemesis. And let's make sure. Okay, now this is this way, right? This is the last one. And this will get glued down, I guess. Hey, come on. Whoops. Hmm. Right, this is going to get glued. Nope. Nope. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Okay. I'm glad I'm checking this out now. Okay, this has to go this way. This way. I mean, this is, we got a problem here, Houston. We got to trim this down a little bit. Okay. All right. I can do that later. I want to get the others. All right. So this is going to be, I got to go like this, right? Okay, Julie, thanks so much for being here. Thank you. Okay. All right. Like that. Got it? Yeah. So I have these that are going to cover this. Right? I think I'll use this glue. Oh, hi, Kathy. Oh, that's a fun thing. And open the tin box and you have all those pictures of a family vacation. That's a great idea. Yeah, I have a bunch of these, and you can, a lot of people who altered, I saw online, they were altering tin boxes, plain tin boxes that were the same size as the Altoid tin boxes, but they were generic tin boxes. And you can buy them pretty inexpensive. Oh, I forgot to ink around that. Wait a minute. Let me do that. Let me do that before I do anything else. All right. I'll have to come back. Do I have enough of these? I don't think so. I'm going to have to make some. Oh, no, maybe. No, I will, but that's okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. I've bought the plain tin boxes that are the same size, except the tops are flat. Obviously, they don't have the embossed Altoids. I always want to put the Altoid embossment on the front. Okay. I've made them into little watercolor kits. You can get about 6 colors in if you use the little half pans. I have one little kit that I made the lid with a credit card that fit in there. And I even had room for one of the really short, the little water brushes. And I had a little pencil in there. I would love to show it to you. However, I don't know where it is. What else is new, right? Okay. Whoops, I did that one. No, I'm going to do that a little extra there. A couple more over here. I really like using the pen to edge this stuff versus the ink pad. Carol, are you on at 3? I have to get off at 2:30 because I have to be at Vieira Hospital for my DEXA scan. so they can check out my bones. Let's see, can I get around here? Oh, shoot. See? Well, you know what I'm going to do? Well, see what I did? I was talking about being careful. Whew. Well, I'm just going to leave it for now. I might pull it off. Probably not going to be able to pull it off. Maybe I will just, well, we'll see. All right, let me just. Take your time. Take your time. No rush. Oh, I did it again. Damn it. Excuse me. Excuse my French. Well, I can put another one on top of this. We'll just leave it for now. Oh, okay. We'll just leave it. All right. We'll just leave it. I'll worry about it later. Let's just glue these down and put some stickers on it, and then I won't be finishing this. Oh, wait a minute. Well, let's do this. Okay, let me just stick this over here. All right, so this is the set from Reminisce, not Reminiscence. And they're kind of, yeah, but these are stickers. And so I'm going to use these. I love this one. So I'm going to start with this one. It's hysterical. But what I want to do is I want to round these corners because I don't like the square corners. So I'm going to do that. If I can. And I just want to just take a little, wow, that's sticky. That is sticky. 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 Okay. Oh, Jesus, I can't get, well, listen, I love this one. Listen to it. He's sitting and leaning up against the tree. People say nothing is impossible, but I do nothing every day. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now be very careful. I'm talking to myself. Just a little. Yeah, it's true, right? People say nothing is impossible. I do nothing every day. Good old Pooh. Except wondering where his next meal is coming from. Or his next pot of honey. Okay. It is a very sticky sticker. I mean, really, it really is sticky. I can't get it off my. It is really. Now, I'm going to center this one, but I do have little stickers. And, but this one I'm going to center because I just think I'm going to center it as best I can. Okay. All right. And I'm just going to stick that for here now. Okay. All righty. And, let's see. Oh, I guess these are, See, it's not really perforated, but it'd be easier to do that with the backing on it. And we got Eeyore floating down the river. Do I have a sticker for that? See, here are the stickers, the big sheet of stickers. You and me, no, it's just him. Best day ever, friends. Best friends, no, friends. I think he's happy. So I might put the happy sticker on that. What do you think? He's looking pretty happy. Let me just do this real quick. I know. Kathy was out there working hard this weekend, standing up for our rights. Again, thank you so much for doing that. I so appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to put this off to the side. Like so. Let me see. I think the happy, maybe the happy sticker will fit there. Huh? Just put happy. Even though happy and Eeyore really don't go together, but we won't say anything. No, a lot of people don't think that, but I'm so happy that there are people like you and your friends, your group. Okay, how's that? All right. Now let's do another one. How are we doing on time? Yeah, we're doing. Did Carol say whether she's coming on or not? Hi, Denise. Oh, hi, Jolu. Oh, okay. That's fine. That's cool. We've got ovals ones. Oh. How about, let's see. Oh, I always get to where I'm going by walking away from where I've been. Okay, Carol's on at 3. Great. Oh, I love that one. That is funny. Is that kind of like when you can't remember why you walked in a room, you go back to where you came from, and then you remember what you were doing in the first place or something like that? These are Poohisms that I haven't heard before. I've got those little books that have okay. Let's give this a little. So Carol is on good. Carol's on at 3. Excellent. Again, you have to be careful when you do this. It looks pretty straightforward, but you saw what I told you can happen. It happened right there. I'm just going to try to center this as best as I can. As best as I can. Okay. This will be fun to look at, you know, when you have one of those days, like they seem like every day. Okay, let's see. Oh, I should have put best friends. Does that fit? Let's see. No, let me see whether that'll fit. Yeah, that'll fit. Let me just stick that over here. So let's do this. Get it off me. Oh my God. These are pretty sticky stickers. Oh, this is good because this has got Christopher Robin, Piglet, and Pooh all together. Well, our weather's finally getting back to normal. And then it's going to be above normal, of course. But what is normal anymore? You know, what is normal? I don't know. Is there a normal? I guess everybody defines normal for themselves. Because my normal may not be your normal. Look how deep I am. I'm getting really deep here. Next week, it's going to be 80 degrees. So instead of having the heat on, I'll have to have the AC on. This time of year, I try not to have anything on, right, to get a bit of a break. Yeah, they are very uplifting. And this is just a wee bit wider. I'm going to stick this. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I'm looking into getting a new camera. A camera. My sister called me yesterday and she said, you know, I still want to get you something for your new room. And I thought she had forgotten, but she hasn't. So I'm thinking of getting a camera. Best friends. So, you know, friends, I don't see Nancy anymore, but we've kept in contact for 71 years. I met her when I was 5. Actually, I'm going to be 77. Can't believe that. It's hard for me even to say best. 77. Okay, so I'm just going to stick this here, like so. Best friends. May you have one. Oh, I like that. I like that. Oh, wow. Right. I like that one. That came out really cool. I like that one. Okay, let's stick that one here. All righty. Let's see. Let's do one more. Oh, let's do this one. Oh, I was going to use best friends for that one. Is there another best friends? Well, there's friends. Okay. All right. Okay. This is an artsy fartsy. Okay. And it's I'm going to stick this here and leave space over here to put friends. So let's do that. Oh my gosh. I know many of you in here know Janet Nash, who I adore, but she was on today. It may have been, or I may have been watching a replay. But she had Freddie, her dog, out in the park, and there was a puddle. And they're like in a field. They're in a field, right? Just a flat field. And in the middle of this field, there's a puddle. Not a very big puddle. And there's Freddie, the dog, in the puddle. Just playing in the puddle. It was hysterical. It's not like he had to walk through the puddle. He chose the puddle. Oh, Val. That's miserable. The freezing drizzle is worse than snow. Give me snow any day over freezing rain. But it was hysterical watching Freddie literally play in the puddle. He was lifting up his feet and kind of like a kid would be splashing in a puddle. Yeah. And she didn't say anything. She didn't say, "Oh, get out of there, Freddie." She just went, typical Janet. Oh my. And he was having a grand old time. It was hysterical. Okay, let's do this. Sticker on it, and oh, I can. I could stick this directly on that, couldn't I? Ooh. Look, and that covers all my bloopers. Okay. I know, I'm sure. Yeah. But the next scene you see him climbing up into his chair, and he's all clean, and it was so funny. I just thought he was just like a little kid seeking out the puddle and just standing in it and playing. It was so cute. Okay. I'll stick that there, and then that'll cover up all of the bloopers. Okay. Looky there. Oh, how perfect is that? You won't even know. You'll never know. I guess they would. Okay. It doesn't matter. They're all going to cover it up. I'm going to stick that there because I didn't put it on a heavy piece of paper, and this doesn't have any. I guess oh, it does. Did I glue that down? I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, ignore me. I'll just stick it on. You take care, Kathy. Be safe. Well, I wasn't using this, was I? Oh, well. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll have to trim that too. All right. Okay, I've got friends. Favorite day together. Together won't you and me together? Yeah, that works for he and Christopher Robin. Oh, there's my favorite. Oh, bother. I wish I could say oh, bother more. Oh, bother. Me and you together. I think that's a good one right here. Get it. Yeah. Let me just do a. God, I'm a mess. I'm going to clean myself up. Okay. You and me together. Okay. All right, folks. Well, I didn't get it done, but I will show you it when it is done. Thank you for being here. Carol's on at 3, and there's more altered boxes to come. Check out Curious Michelle. She's got on her channel, she's got a schedule of people that have done boxes and are continuing to do boxes. So this is my attempt at altering an Altoid box. And yeah, so hang in there. And I guess I'm going to add a new word to my already, if you can't be good, be careful. How about stay hopeful? Because it's not easy. Bye all. Bye all.